Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. In this time, we group number 8 which have two members, namely me, Rahmad Hidayat, with numbers IT student 101 and Amyra Syifa with number ID student 102. Will present type of pest and symptom of an attack. What is pest? Pest in large meaning is a form of disturbance both to human, livestock, and plants. Definition: pest in small meaning related to plant cultivation activities are all animals that damage plant or the result of their life activity can cause harm. Type of pest. 1. Annual crop pest. Insect or other animal that damage or destroy plantation crops that are short-lived and harvest in one or several harvest period for one planting. 2. Perennial crop pest. Insect or other animal that damage or destroy plantation crops that are more than 1 year old and the harvest is more than once during the harvest period for one planting. Third, stored product pest. Insect or other animal that damage or destroy stored food or other stored valuable organic matter.
My name is Amyra Syifa with student number 133200102. Grasshoppers are sporadic pests in gardens. Grasshoppers, readily distinguished from most other insects, their hind legs with greatly enlarged femur are well adapted for jumping. Their body is robust and their antennae are relatively short, in contrast to other common garden pests of the order Autoptera. Crickets and katydids have long antennas. Most grasshoppers are winged and many are good flyers, although a few species are flightless. Symptoms of the attacks are because grasshoppers have a chewing mouthparts that removes a large section of leaf. It can sometimes usually devour the entire plants. Garden damage usually limited to a few weeks in early summer immediately after range wheat dried up. Then there's a rice caseworm. It's commonly found in rice fields in low population. It can build up and cause patches of severe defoliation that results in stunt growth and death of plants. Because of pesticide use, control practice, and ecological disruptions by weather. The symptoms of the attacks are leaf cases floating on water, leaves cut at right angles as a pair of scissors, leaves with papery upper epidermis that were fed on, and skeletonized leaf tissues usually appear letter-like. And then there's pests of perennial crops, the, the Rhinoceros beetle. The Rhinoceros beetle is a large cylindrical beetle that can be found in woodland, parkland, and hedgerows. The adults are active in summer and are strong flyers, although they can often be spotted resting in the sun and dead tree trunks. The larvae depends on old trees and rotting wood to live in and feed on, particularly common beech, whereas the adult fed on tree sap. The symptoms of an attack is the adult beetle does the damage, boring into the crown of coconut palms, cutting across young fronds and flowers. When the leaves unfold, the damage is seen as V or wedge shape, where areas missing from the leaflets. The damage caused by the beetles results in loss of leaf area, flowers dying, early nut fall, and ultimately lower yields. Occasionally, the beetles bore through the midribs of fronds, which snap in the wind. And then there's ladybugs. Ladybugs are small, usually quite round in shape. The color of the wings covers elytra or elytra can be yellow, orange, or red and often has small black dots on it. Some species are solid black. Ladybugs also have black legs, head, and antennae. Symptoms of an attack: a young fruit with brown or black spots cannot develop, dry out, and then fall off. Old fruit harden like stones. There's storage pests. The storage pests usually uh, found when the crops are being stored. Rice weevil or Cytophilus zemes are small in size, about 2 to 3 millimeters, and are most commonly found in rice. They can also be found in other stored grain products such as corn, millet, wheat, sorghum, oats, and barley. Rice weevils, whether in larval or adult stage, are not harmful to human beings as they are not known to spread any disease or infection or bite people. The symptoms of the attack: the adult attacks some grain, and both adults and larvae feed inside them, leaving large cavities and emergence holes. The weevil is considered a very destructive pest of stored grain, rice, maize, barley, and wheat. Attacks from Pseudophilus oryzae can start in the field when the moisture content is about 20%, although Pseudophilus is the stronger flyer and most likely to invest crops before the harvest. Commonly, loss of weight is up to 5%, but severe infestation increased the losses up to 40%. Secondary damage is caused by molds, insects, and mites. Bean weevil. Bean weevil are subfamily of beetles or Brucinae, now placed in the family of Chrysomelidae. Bean weevils are generally compact and oval in shape with small heads somewhat bent under. Size range from 1 to 22 millimeters for some tropical species. Colors are usually black or brown, often with mottled patterns. Although their mandibles may be elongate, they do not have long snouts characteristic of true weevils. Usually, the attacked crops, the seeds are perforate and left scars.